So what is your like background on in music?
Well, a little bit. At first, I started out as just a writer. I started out as a writer. Um, I'm sorry. I started out like writing poems. I started out writing poems. Then one day, I was writing a poem and I heard like a beat, and I kind of put one and two together, and then I became a rapper.
Mhm.
And this was like early on. This is probably like middle school. And I used to write songs like for fun and jokes, goofy songs. Um, and that lasted like till high school. And like when I graduated high school, I didn't know what to do with my life, to be honest with you. I never even thought about it. But I still love to do music. And I went out and I got some equipment. And back then it was very hard to come by equipment. Like it wasn't that, like the software alone was probably $400, $500, but it wasn't as easy accessible. So, which I stay with my mom at this point in time. So imagine your son at all hours of the night, cussing up a storm, rapping. And even though I don't cuss in front of my mom's like any other time, that's the only time she hear me curse. Like, yeah, she stopped that shit quickly.
Mhm.
Immediately. So I was still like trying to find, my niche and what I like to do. And my mom's told me she said, don't confuse a hobby with what you can make a career.
Huh.
So I signed up for Full Sail, finished
Full
Full
sales.
Sail.
Oh wow.
And I finished there with an audio engineering degree.
Mhm. Oh, I didn't know this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. After my graduation, my first gig was in New York. I stayed in New York for probably like 4 years, working with an independent label, which I cannot name because they are currently under investigation for a lot of other stuff. Um,
Were you were you with
I didn't
them?
know about
Okay.
anything until I left. It's a part of the story. So when I first get there, I'm just a normal engineer like everybody else. And the atmosphere they paint is, okay, you're going to be working with the best of the best and you're going to get paid such and such. First and foremost, any company that does anything regarding, I forgot what that shit called. Like when you work there, but it's like you don't really get paid. They pay you for internship. Yes. So the first couple months was internship based, and they see how well you fit with the core group or whatever the case may be. And then after your 6 months, they give you a place to stay. Blah 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 blah. So I made it past 6 months. The downfall for this gonna sound very bad. I hope I don't offend nobody telling this story, but all right. So when I got there, I was an audio engineer, right? So, but I always had like a bigger mindset. Like I wanted to like be like the Diddy of the South without the dancing and the shiny suits. So I go into this company and I see how this company is structured. The company is completely in disarray. Now you have I want to say 8 to 10 artist roster, but you have only probably 2 or 3 artists actively making music. That means you're paying people to do absolutely positively nothing, which means you're losing a lot of money. So I was going to Diddy my way in. I don't know if you heard of the story of Diddy where he tried to strong arm his way in, but end up getting fired before he can do so. And that's how he created Bad Boy. So I was going to do the same thing. I had all my artists like ready to go. Like we was ready. Then somebody threw a banana in the street and I ran over it and everything just went every which way. So that's when I started to see like people always see the good side. They see the music come out. They see the production being made. They see all the accolades and all that other stuff, which is great. But behind the scenes is mass majority of the work. And it may turn some people off from the music industry within itself. Because honestly, the music business is probably 80% business, 20% music. You can have a horrible song and market it very well.
Yeah.
But it does good.
Yeah.
You can have a great song, market it horrible or no marketing at all, and it does nothing. So I got to the point where I started learning the actual business. And I don't know if it's with other companies, but with this company that I was with in particular, I didn't like how they did business because I felt like they take advantage of people in their certain circumstances in life at that point. Like, for example, there was this girl, her name is Tiffany. At the time, she was like 8 years old. And she had a phenomenal voice. A phenomenal voice for an 18-year-old. You would think this little mother.
Oh, 18. I thought you said 8. I was like, wait, what?
No. She was 8 years old.
Okay, 18.
Yeah, she was 8 years old.
Oh, 8. Okay.
Yes. And
still,
she was phenomenal. But the problem was for me, you can't put an 8-year-old on a grown man song talking about slinging rocks and selling drugs. No.
That's why I don't like child performers, because it's like it's uncomfortable to watch. Like, where are we going to go from this? Where are you going to go from here?
Well, I mean, they have
it's not like the Disney Channel,
right? But they do have certain people in the industry are good at those things. Like JD is great at those things. JD had Snoop Dogg had Bow Wow first, but Snoop didn't know what to do with him, so he sent him to JD. And Bow Wow became the not the Bow Wow we know now, but the Bow Wow had a good run.
I didn't know. I wasn't like keen on Bow Wow's music like that. Like that, what was the Millennium Tour? That people were, going up for Bow Wow.
I mean, and to be honest with you, I'm not too thrilled about it. I wasn't too thrilled about his music. I was actually jealous as hell. But he was the first of his kind that blew up to that magnitude. Then after him, then you start seeing all the kid stars come about. I mean, you had like Chris Cross, but I think they were teenagers by the time they, came into it. So with Tiffany, the 8-year-old, like I didn't see a good way of marketing. I didn't like the way they were trying to market her before she even signed the contract. And I can tell you what they did in the contract. Now, with me, if any child is involved, I'm not talking to you or anything without your parents or some legal guardian in the room. That's
Uh-oh.
Now, how the fuck you gonna talk to an 8-year-old about contractual agreements?
Are you serious?
That's number one. That's the first problem I had. So I pull her to the side and I say, make sure your mom's with you or someone, here to look after you because like.
But wait, she would just go up there alone?
Well, she'll go up there with her family, but the family will wait in the lobby and she'll go in the office, which, I mean, honestly, if I'm a parent, my baby girl is not leaving my side.
Yeah. Especially in this grown environment.
Exactly.
What in the world?
Right. And number two, how they did it was, okay, so the family was having financial troubles. So I remember one time, I'm still, God damn it, I lost the word already. I'm still pretty much working for free.
Interning.
Yeah, I'm still interning. So I have a secondary job after my internship. So I'm at my second job. I get a phone call from the mother, and they're afraid that their deal is going to collapse because they can't keep affording to come back and forth to the city. And they stayed upstate New York.
Oh.
So that's a drive. That's like a 3-hour drive. So I try to help them as best as I can, which I'm pretty sure that $100 didn't do nothing. But when it comes down to the contract, so this is what they did. They understood their financial mishaps. So what they did, they got probably like $50,000 in cash. They set that $50,000 in cash on the table, set next to a contract. Since 100% sure they haven't seen $50,000 in cash in person, and it can easily be theirs. All they have to do is sign the contract. And they will sign that contract because that's easy money, not reading the contract that's telling them, we're going to give you this $50,000, but you're going to give us this back plus 80% of whatever you make, which is a horrible fucking deal. So then after that, then I started to get like closer into like the mainstream of music, and I just didn't like what I see. I didn't like what I seen at all. So that kind of strayed me away from the music scene. Period. I still do it from time to time, just only for my enjoyment. But overall, like, I would always recommend anyone, if you're going to do this shit, you have all the tools where you do not need a major label.
A major label or any label?
What? Any label.
Okay.
Any label. More particularly major labels.
Mm-hmm. Because we kind of talked about Saucy Santana signing with RCA with RCA, who RCA hasn't been the best with their artists in the last like 5-6 years that we've seen. Okay.
40, but go ahead.
I don't know anybody who's really been signed to RCA. It's not like one of those.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Well, I mean, how shit works now, everybody has a subsidiary.
Okay.
A lot of brother and sister companies that's owned by another company that's owned by another company. So you never really know who artist is who.
True. But he was saying he was signed for like money, like having a bigger platform and elevating his career instead of like starting his career. What do you think about that?
I mean, majors can help with that. They can. That's a good thing about signing with majors. And that kind of aligns with what he wanted to do.
Now, when
downside,
okay, go ahead.
but the downside of that, like say for instance, like he's in a straight predominantly arena. Like, so it's a big question mark whether his music could resonate to the masses. And if I'm being quite honest, RCA is taking more of a risk than anything.
That's what I thought somebody say. I think Charlamagne said that.
Yeah, because it is a risk. Like, but everybody that's out now, like your Frank Ocean's and your what's the other Country Town Road dude? Yeah, they did it while they were under contract.
But I'm like, Frank Ocean, is he even doing anything?
No, he's a nurse now.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious.
Okay.
And this is what people don't understand. Like, Frank Ocean was in the perfect predicament. He has ties with Beyonce. He has
yeah, that's what I was about to say, but I didn't want to say that. Yeah.
He's around the royal family. And to say that you want to stop all that just to be normal. Like the industry it's a beast. I can guarantee you, like all the people that I know that wants to do music, a lot of people would not be able to handle what comes with it. Like, niggas think they just sit there and write songs and make music. No, that's not even a third of it. And plus, you got to pay all these other people. You got management, road manager. You got fucking stylists if you have to have one. You have to pay the record label back. All that's percentages of what you make. So by the time you get your money, you probably get like only 30% of all the work that you've done. Which is fucking horrible.
It is.
So, I mean, it works for him if that's what he wants to do, but like every cause have an effect, and every chance is a risk. So that's not necessarily meaning that what he wants to happen is going to happen. I wish the young man or woman all well, and I hope everything comes in tuition. But music fans are very finicky. They like one thing, then as soon as something else comes, they on that train. And plus, I don't know if niggas would want to hear a nigga talking about sucking another nigga dick in a song. I don't know how that would work.
But you don't always have to female support music a lot.
I mean, but that's females. That's what females are kind of like there for, to suck dick and get fucked. Well, I'm not saying.
I mean, like, you don't always have to have a male. I don't think.
Well, how often would you like any artist? If a male is talking about sucking dick, would you want to hear that? And how often would you want to hear that?
But is that his music, though?
Yeah, I'm saying. I know this. Well, I don't really know. I don't really listen to him, but
that's what I mean. Yeah, so like, if that's his music, then he might have to. I don't know. I'm not gonna say he has to change.
A lot of other things play a part, like his image is massively important. That is very important. How you carry yourself is very important. You're walking around with a fucking jersey dress on. That probably killed most of your male fans, straight male fans.
But that's what I'm saying. Like male, I think females buy music and buy stuff more than males do. Even though he's considered like a rap artist, even though he is a rapper, I think females are going to support and love what he does.
Yeah, I mean, people will support him that follow that kind of music. I mean, RCA wouldn't have signed him if he didn't have at least a genuine fan base.
Mm-hmm.
But I hope it goes well for him. But I'm kind of concerned. How would that appeal to the masses? Like, how would you market that?
I mean, we're kind of seeing it with Lil Nas in a way.
I mean, but Lil Nas is Lil Nas. Like, he throw innuendos and subliminal messages where you actually have to have a high IQ to understand.
Not visually.
But I mean, controversy sells as well. But when it comes to sexuality, that's a different ballpark. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, nobody want to see a dude twerking in the video that looked like fucking Karl Malone. Well,
Post Malone.
But yeah, I mean, I hope it all works for him, though. I really do.
Okay, so you were talking about not making a lot of money, but does owning your masters, how does that secure your life?
Because you get everything. You don't have to split anything with anyone.
And this re-recording clause that threw me for a loop. I had no idea this was a thing where you're able to re-record your albums after a certain period of time. That they have that in your contract. I find that so crazy.
Mm-hmm. That's what you don't. Yeah, like people don't understand. Like, people think that they have full control of their destiny when they get into the music industry, but motherfuckers have to work for that. Like, you have to fight for that.
Yeah. Anita Baker.
Yes, like that doesn't come with your first contract. No, like Snoop Dogg don't even have his masters, and that nigga's like 117 years old.
Wait, I thought he was working to get him back with this like new deal that he's like doing.
Well, what he did that was actually fucking brilliant. He didn't buy. He brought all of Death Row, all the masters under the Death Row umbrella, like all the music that was released under Death Row, and he owns that now. But he's going to create a platform like your Spotify's, like your Apple Music, and he's going to put that music on there. So though the people that want to listen to that music, they can listen to it on that streaming platform, and 100% of those proceeds go to the actual artist.
Okay. Interesting.
And that's fucking brilliant.
Do you find it dicey when they start making all these different streaming platforms?
With the streaming, like, man, me personally, streaming is convenient. Like, we pay probably like $2 for a song. The artist doesn't really get a full penny for that play.
Yeah.
I find that to be horrible. And I think the most, I think what is Jay-Z's platform, you get the most.
Yeah.
Then I think Spotify,
you get the least.
Not Spotify is up there.
No, I don't think so. I think Spotify is the one that's being controversial by not paying the artists.
Well, I don't know, because I know Apple is not very high neither. I don't really know. I haven't even dived into any streaming platform because you got like 4 billion of them.
Yeah,
But you also
so
have
I'm like, I find it like dicey. Like, are people actually going to support a new streaming? I mean, people were really giving Jay-Z a hard time when Tidal came out. I mean,
but like they gave him a hard time, but like all the artists got their money, like everyone. And then he still have it. I think he sold it. I sold a
yeah, I believe he
percentage
did.
of it and gave everybody more money. Like they do have streaming platforms like I don't, god damn it. It'll come to me. But there is one where you get the most money and it's not talked about. I want to say United Masters is a platform where you can post your music and get mass majority of, your money's worth.
Do you let me talk about the re-recording thing here right quick. Do you find do you think like Taylor Swift, she's re-recording all of her albums, which I'm like, how do you re-record all of your albums? How do you do that? I just find it so time consuming. And will it be profitable for like an Ashanti to do it versus like a Taylor Swift to do it? Because I know Ashanti's, it might be already out, but I know she's working on it, working on her re-recording her first album. I'm like, are people gonna support Ashanti the way they support Taylor Swift? Or are they gonna buy the old album continually?
Well, shit. Like Taylor Swift's fan base is enormous. So I'm thinking whatever she comes out with is going to be spectacular. Me, I'm not too much of a fan of re-recording. But I agree with you. It will be more interesting if Ashanti did it. Because when she came out, music was only at a certain point. Now you got all these extra dynamics of music where people start creating shit. This nigga made a beat with a shovel and dirt. And that was the most spectacular beat I've ever heard in my life. Like the creativeness is out there now. And I'm actually interested in seeing what she come up with in the new day and age.
Yeah, I think that's what she was saying. She wanted to give it a new flair.
Yeah, that'll be dope. I can't sit here and tell you that I've heard any Taylor Swift music, but
You never heard of 22?
No, sorry.
It's a bop. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22. Oh, come on. That's the only song I like by her.
I don't know where to go with that.
And I have this fierce single that Sammy McKinney and these little guys put together, baby. I got a single that'll make you jump up and dance. And if you can't dance to that, you got a hole in your soul, okay?